Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to talking about MapReduce in Hadoop. Let's see the agenda of this video. First is the MapReduce in Hadoop. Then what is the architecture of MapReduce? Then main functions of MapReduce frameworks, map function and reduce function. Then example of MapReduce framework. Starting with the MapReduce in Hadoop. MapReduce is a programming model that allows us to perform parallel and distributed processing on huge data set. Basically, Hadoop provides MapReduce framework which allows us to perform parallel computation without bothering about the issues in traditional method. Therefore, MapReduce gives you the flexibility to write code logic without caring about the design issues of the system. Then, what is the input to the MapReduce function and output of the MapReduce function? The MapReduce framework operates exclusively on key-value pairs. That is, framework views the input to the job as a set of key-value pair and produce a set of key-value pairs as the output of the job. Move on to the next point. Here is the diagram which shows us basic overview of the MapReduce framework working. MapReduce consists of two distinct tasks, map function and reduce function. There are two phases, mapper phase and reducer phase. In this mapper phase, map function is executed, and in reducer phase, reduce function is executed. As the name MapReduce suggests, the reducer phase takes place after the mapper phase has been completed. So the first is the map job, where a block of data is read and processed to produce key value pairs as the intermediate output. The output of the mapper or map job is input to the reducer, as we saw in a previous point. The reducer receives the key value pair from multiple jobs. Then the reducer aggregates those intermediate data tuples into a smaller set of tuples or key value pairs, which is the final output. Then we see the architecture of MapReduce in big data. MapReduce architecture consists of various components. A brief description of these components can improve our understanding on how MapReduce works. First component is a client. This is a program or application programming interface that submits jobs to the MapReduce. MapReduce can accept jobs from many clients. Then job. This is the actual work that needs to be executed or processed. Then task. This is a piece of actual work that needs to be executed or processed. Then job tracker. This tracker plays the role of scheduling jobs and tracking all jobs assigned to the task tracker. Then task tracker. This task tracker plays the role of tracking tasks and reporting the status of tasks to the job tracker. For every job submitted for execution in the system, there is a one job tracker that resides on name node, that is master node, and there are multiple job task trackers which reside on data node, that is slave node. In MapReduce architecture, client submits job to the MapReduce master. This master will then subdivide the jobs into equal subparts. The job parts will be used for the two main tasks in MapReduce, mapping and reducing. The developer will write logic that satisfies the requirement of the organization or company. The input data will be split and mapped. The intermediate data will then be sorted and merged. The reducer that will generate the final output stored in the HDFS will process the resulting output. Let's see the example of the MapReduce framework. In this example, we have to count words in the input data. The following diagram shows the simplified flow diagram for the MapReduce program. Let's understand with the MapReduce example that how MapReduce framework works. The data goes through the 4 phases. First phase is the input splits. An input to the MapReduce in big data jobs is divided into fixed size pieces called input splits. Input splits is a chunk of the input that is consumed by the single map. One map task is created for each split, which then executes map function for each record in the split. It is always beneficial to have map multiple splits because when the splits are smaller, the processing is better to load balance since we are processing in the splits in the parallel. Then mapping phase. In this phase, execution of MapReduce program is done. In this phase, data in each split is passed to the mapping function to produce output values. In our example, a job of mapping phase is to count a number of occurrences of each word from input split and prepare a list in the form of word and frequency. Then the next phase is a shuffling. This phase consumes the output of the mapping phase. Its task is to consolidate the relevant records from mapping phase output. In our example, the same words are clubbed together along with their respective frequencies. Then reducer, that is reducing phase. In this phase, output value from shuffling phase are aggregated. This phase combines value from shuffling phase and returns a single output value. In short, this phase summarizes the complete dataset. In our example, this phase aggregates the value from shuffling phase, that is, calculate total occurrence of each word. This is the final output of our example of word count. Each word and its frequency is calculated as the output of the example. Hope you understand the concept of MapReduce, its architecture and function and working. Thank you.